Hey guys, this is Vo. So I was gonna pass up on these Transformer 86 line just simply because they're so expensive. This one was $50. I saw Hot Rod for 30 bucks. Scourge I think was also 30 bucks. I think that's out of my price range. And since I buy all my action figures, basically that's just too much for me. You gotta have a budget, you know. But I picked this. I pick up Grimlock just simply because I found this was at Target, by the way. So I found Shockwave for $15 on clearance. So this was originally also a $50 action figure. So basically, I thought, well, if I'm getting this for $14. I can justify paying for Grimlock for $50. So I know it's a terrible like logic behind that, but I mean I justify buying this because really I want this. Before we take a closer look at the figure, we're gonna talk a little bit about Grimlock. So obviously, the Grimlock you're seeing is inspired from the '86 movie. This is the Transformer movie. This is a steelbook version, and basically it's an animated movie, and it's really cool. If you haven't seen it, you definitely need to watch it. They basically killed all the Autobots in the first 10 minutes, and then everyone's brought back, so previously I only owned this Grimlock figure here, and this is from Power the Primes, I think. And this wasn't very good because he is not very big. Compare that to the Grimlock in the box here. This is like twice as large as the little Grimlock that you see here. So this is like a tiny little mousy Grimlock compared to the '86 movie version. I don't know, like I feel they're overcharging for this. I know it's big and everything. Well, you take a look at like Starscream from Combiner Wars, and this box is much bigger. There's much more plastic in this thing, and this was previously $50 as well. So I don't know. I feel like maybe they're ripping us off. Alright, so here's Grimlock out of his box. So first thing you'll notice is that you cannot see the Autobot logo in here. You can see it with the naked eye, but on camera you're going to have a hard time seeing it on his chest. And the reason why is this plastic that they're using here is much too dark, and it just basically hides everything underneath it. I wish the plastic was a little lighter, like a lighter gray or something. Accessories he comes with is this gun, which it's like a double barrel gun, and he comes with Wheelie, who is in a constant sit-in mode. I wish perhaps they had straightened his legs out so you can stand him next to Grimlock, but for now he permanently has this sit-in mode, which makes him entirely useless for everything else. So alternatively, they could have given us bendy knees, like you can bend it and straighten it up if you want, or squatty sitting down if you want, but unfortunately that's the figure. I mean, they gave us an arm movement and this other arm movement and a leg movement, but no knee, and a head movement, but no knee. So this is a massive disappointment because basically he can't do anything but sit on Grimlock. As far as Grimlock, he's very big. Okay, so here's the two Grimlocks side by side. As you can see, the '86 movie is much taller, much bigger. Of course, also much more expensive. This is a $50 figure, and then I think this was either 25 or I know I didn't pay 30 for this, so maybe 25 or $20 figure. But you know, obviously, you know, this was probably the best version I own of Grimlock. I own other Grimlocks in like the Cyberverse but they were never very good. And I also own Grimlock in the Alternator series, but he turns into a car. So basically, Grimlock in a robot mode. This is like the best version I had or have. So basically, the '86 movie is going to replace Grimlock as the best version that I'm going to have currently. I don't own the original Grimlock, so that's obviously probably very expensive now, and it's just something I never bought the first time when they released it because I was a child and could not afford it. But you know, so yeah, really like the figure. Unfortunately, like I said, I feel it's very expensive. I know some of you don't think $50 is expensive. And in fact, if you make comparison to say a masterpiece figure, which is usually like $100 or more, you say this is actually quite a deal. But since I don't know if you make a lot of money or not, but you know, I feel $50 is asking too much, especially if you think about this is supposed to be for a kid or as a child to play with. I mean, you can argue at this point Hasbro don't make toys for kids. I mean, this is definitely aimed at the adult market, especially because it's inspired by the '86 movie. So they're trying to grab that market from all the kids that grew up in the '80s to want this figure, you know, because nostalgia and everything. And so they are willing to pay $50 for this. And again, I kind of justify it by saying, well, I got a deal on this other figure, so I feel like it's justifiable to pay 50 for this to offset the savings that I made for the other figure. Even though Shockwave I didn't really want, but hey, for $15 I'll buy them, you know. Anyway, so yeah, so if they can sell Shockwave for 15, I feel this should be a $20 figure, or you know, anyway. But yeah, so if you're waiting the long game on this guy for to see if you can get him for $15, I say you might not be able to, just because I know a lot of people are interested in this guy. So yeah, transforming him is easy. You just like flip his fist in, and you know, for $50, you figure they can give a little plastic to cover this hand area, but whatever. And then basically this is his feet basically, and then this is his tail. And his tail looks like they did a really good job covering up all the plastic bits, and so I think you just, yeah. I didn't read the instruction on how to transform him, so I may get it wrong. Yeah, so here's Grimlock in his dinosaur mode. With Wheelie sitting on top of him. Basically, this is how he's just gonna reside, because again, since his knee doesn't bend, he just is constantly sitting. Here is the Power of the Prime. Obviously, this is a piece of junk now. It looks very tiny compared to the much bigger Grimlock '86. Yeah, I mean, obviously, if you watch the movie and everything, this is awesome. This is a very good representation of the '86 movie, and the engineering that went into transforming him is amazing. Yeah, again, my only complaint is this wheelie part. I wish they just get rid of him and give us like another extra, like. I don't know, maybe perhaps something else from the movie, or maybe just to give a better wheelie, basically. That's all I want. I know, I don't know if they can maybe get rid of wheelie and then charge you, say, $40 for this. I think $40 might be a fairer price than 50. When you go into the $50 territory, it's just really out of my budget. I mean, and I know, again, I know a lot of toys collectors out there is like, they don't think that's expensive. And you have to send a message to Hasbro that is a little too much, you know? We want these figures, but not for that price. Oh, by the way, so you notice his eyes is blue? It's like the cartoon blue. So this is red eyes on his. Obviously, I don't know if they. Yeah, he's red in the toys. So his visor's red. His visor's blue. Well, his head is actually in here, but believe me, his visor is blue on the obviously based on the cartoon. Yeah, I mean, if you're collecting the Studio Series 86 for the Transformer, movie representation, this is gonna be it for you guys. You guys are gonna love this. This is definitely a series made for you guys, and you know who you are. You're gonna collect the whole line. That's awesome. Again, I just wish Hasbro just makes it more affordable for everybody else. Um, what else? Yeah, so there's other figure. I passed up on Hot Rod, like I said, and I passed up on Scourge. I think Jazz. I haven't seen him yet, but I might pick him up if I'm feeling $30 is worth it or not. Otherwise, yeah, I'm hoping they keep continuing with the Studio Series line and maybe release just more stuff from that line. I'm not crazy about everything from that movie, so I hope they, but I still hope that they release more stuff from that movie. So this brings up to an interesting point where have Studio Series kind of run out of ideas because they've exhausted all the Michael Bay movies. Maybe they can do more with the Bumblebee movie that came out a few years ago, which is the Bumblebee movie might be the best Transformer live action I've seen. So I'm hoping maybe they do more of that, or if they're still gonna go on the 86 line, does that mean we're gonna get maybe a Unicron? I mean, yeah, I think Hasbro Labs did release a $1 million Unicron, but that's like been years and years in the making, and obviously it's a Kickstarter, and a lot of people did buy it, so I know it's a success, but I know they're never going to sell one in stores for an affordable price. I guess it's just the way it is. I would really love to get a Starscream, maybe a Soundwave from the Studio Series line. Mostly because since they're going for movie accuracy, mostly when they're in the robot mode, they will look exactly as Starscream looks here, or a Soundwave, or obviously Grimlock. They did a fantastic job capturing that movie look. I mean, there's some stuff that I'm not crazy about, like especially with this chest design, this choice of plastic. But otherwise, I think they did a fantastic job with the limitation that they had to transfer from this to the robot mode that looks very similar to the cartoon. So again, very happy with this. But $50 is $50. I probably wouldn't have bought him if it wasn't for the fact that I found that discount for 15. So anyway, if you're shopping at Target, check the clearance section. You'll be happy you did. And if the scalpers haven't gotten there, because I find that a lot of times scalpers or resellers would go to Target and buy up all the clearance stuff, for on the cheap, and then sell it at regular retail price at toy store, toy convention, or online or whatever. I'm not one of those. I just want one copy for myself for my collection. Even if it's a really good discount, I might buy one as a gift for somebody else, but it wouldn't be to resell it later on or anything like that. But I can understand why it might be even harder to find clearance stuff if the scalpers have gotten there before you did. I'm glad I found Shockwave for $15. That's a really, I think that's a phenomenal deal. They had two of them. I left one of them for some other lucky person, but I bought one for myself. All right, thanks for watching. I'm gonna play around with Shockwave next.